morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you all for the live interview series aligned with the International Conference on Quality Education 2024. The International Conference on Quality Education 2024 will be held in January 20th to 24th in Mumbai, India, with the participation of global leaders in education, school owners, principals, educators, teachers, and special VIPs in many countries. The conference will be focused on empowering 21st century skills and spiritual well-being in children by enhancing the quality of education by empowering STEAM education, employability, entrepreneurship, green education, and mindfulness. Parallel to the conference, we are going to conduct live interview series with expertise in global societies. So it's me, Suganti Ponnaya, Directress of Harvard Kids Preschool and Childcare Center on behalf of International Association of Quality Education. So welcome to the show. So it's my time to welcome our chairman of International Association for Quality Education, President Mr. Janaka Kamalgoda, to give a speech, a welcome speech for this live session. Good morning, sir.
Thank you, Sugandhi. It is pleasure to speak few words for the second session of the Mindfulness for Quality Education. Actually, we discuss a lot of topics related to the education. I think most important topic is mindfulness. For the quality education, we can develop the infrastructure, we can develop the teacher learning process, we can develop the curriculums, but most important thing is the mindfulness of the children, mindfulness of the teachers, educators. In this education series, this discussion series will help to keep our mind with mindfulness. Therefore, I wish all the best for your discussion series. And I would like to remind our international conference, it will be held in January 2024. I warmly welcome all of you to participate even our physical conference in Mumbai. Thank you very much.
So let's continue our show. Thank you so much for your speech, sir. So today, as I promised, Dr. Chandrika Peer is here with us to discuss more about mindfulness in education. So she is an educationalist, lecturer of English and trainer from National Institute of Education, Sri Lanka. Welcome back to the show, ma'am. So let me start my question. Ma'am, now actually to tell you, today's life of students, they are facing a lot of issues. Earlier, it was not that. Comparatively, now when I look at my childhood, we did not face such a lot of problems. But nowadays, children are suffering with many issues. Maybe this is because of development in many areas comparatively than our childhood. So I would like to speak about the problems the students face nowadays. So can we start on that, ma'am?
Yes, actually, we have to talk about, when we talk about education, it is a must to talk about students. Then, if there is a solution, then there is a problem. If there is a problem, there is a solution. So let's talk about the problems related to students. Yeah, then shall we share the presentation? Now you can see problems related to students. Then here we can see uh, it is mentioned as the first one. It is not the first one. Everything is important. Then when we think about those problems, they are important. Then here, concentration. Concentration means then when we listen to something, we must be able to keep our attention to that particular speech. Then, if we are reading something, then we must be able to keep our mind to that particular thing we are reading. If we can't keep our mind, then normally we know that our mind is wandering. Then, if it is like that, then if we do not have the concentration, if we can't keep our mind in one place, the thing, the place we want to keep, then we can say there is no concentration. Then that is the problem. One of the most important problems is keeping concentration. The next one, time management skills. Then when we think about today this competitive world, then students have, then with COVID, uh, we know that then student learn through uh, Zoom, then online. Then because of that, still to cover the syllabus, cover the areas to be learned, uh, teachers use online facilities. Then they sometimes they have to go to school in the morning, then evening some students go to tuition classes for further education, and then sometimes some students uh, uh, have to listen to the online lessons too. Then not only that, they have to do the homework too. So it is very difficult for them doing everything. So, how to manage the time? It is a problem for them. Then, peer influence. Peer means they are classmates, they are friends, same age, uh, or then in the class they have. Then there are some students, they are very playful. Uh, they want to do something else other than learning. So, they are sometimes to cut the class. And then when we think about grade 3, 4, 5 classes, there are some students, they want to cut the class, and then they ask, shall we go to drink some water, and then go to water, and then not only that, they go here and there and come. Then they miss the parts of the lessons. Then there are some students, then when we take secondary level or senior level students, then they cut the class and then go to uh, see a film sometimes, like that. Then it is because of the peer influence. It is another problem students face in their student life. Then another thing is stress. Then because of the lack of time management skills, the lack of concentration, then because of the peer pressure, then uh, they have the stress. What should I do? What should I do? How can I do? How can I get more marks? Then parents are study, 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 teachers are study, and then there are many homework. Then how can I do everything? Then normally children like to play, do extra curricular activities. But some of the students, they have no time to do extracurricular activities, to enjoy their life. So they have stress. Then conflicts, internal and external. Then when the parents ask, now without doing the other things, do your studies, take your books and study. Then at the school also, they are asked to do their work, do homework, like that. Then that is external influence. That because of that, then we, like as students, we can understand. Normally, at the stage, at the age of students, they like to have a enjoyable student life. While having education, they want to enjoy their life. They want to play. They must have a balanced life. Okay, but because of the pressure of the adults or elders, parents and teachers, then they have their external influence, and because of that external influence, they are internally, what should I do, what should I do, I want to do this thing. Sometimes then parents ask, you have to follow this path, not the students, the path like the students, then you have to follow this path, like that. Parents select, sometimes teachers select, then they have the internal conflicts. What should I do, I want to, I have liking for this path, but they do not allow me to do that. Then what should I do? Like that, they have the internal and external conflicts. Then sometimes teachers can't understand the students. Sometimes parents can't understand the students, their daughters and sons. They think the uh, education is the most important thing, going to school, studying, then not uh, playing or doing extracurricular activities. So they have some kind of anger towards their parents because they have no way to uh, do what they like to do. So uh, there are, uh, when we think of, there is lack of healthy relationship between teacher and students and uh, parents and children. Problem solving skills. Then most of the students, when we think about uh, education according to Mahatma Gandhi, education means uh, three H's. Three H means head, heart, hand. Head means knowledge, heart means attitudes, then hand means skills. Then education means, then uh, they must have the knowledge, but not only the knowledge, then student must be able to change their attitude. Then for example, if we ask them to have a balanced diet, okay, they must uh, have the knowledge that there are five main nutrients, like that. We have to eat. If we eat those things, then we can be a healthy person, like that. We know that is the knowledge. Then they change the attitude. If we eat this, we can uh, have a healthy life, like that. But sometimes, without changing the attitude, they study those things to pass the exam, but they uh, do not change their attitude. We must eat those five kinds of nutrients, food with those five kind of nutrients. Then most of the time they want to eat fast food. Okay, so uh, they have not changed their attitude, but education means they must be able to change the attitude. Then we must have a balanced diet to have a healthy life. Then not only that, they must do that, they must practice, they must practice having those things, those food, instead of uh, those junk food or fast food. Then that is the thing they must know. Then problem solving skills. Then if we have the practical aspect, if we engage uh, them in practical activities, then they will get the problem solving skill. Okay, then they, most of the students do not have problem solving skills because they think about the book knowledge only. Then personality. Personality means then we must have, uh, we must be able to, uh, as a person, we must be able to have a strong personality. Then it means if we know, uh, if we have good qualities, for example, one of the student's friend asked, shall we cut the class? Then, if the student has a strong personality, he never wants to accept the uh, accept his friend's idea, because he does not want to cut the class, because he wants to listen to the teacher and then do uh, some practical things with the teacher like that in the classroom. But if the student has weak personality, then uh, he does not want to listen to the teacher's advice. He wants to listen to his friend's idea, and then it is good, uh, better than these lessons like that. Uh, he may listen to the friend. Then that is personality. It means uh, weak personality. Then if we have strong personality, if we know it is harmful to our life, then we are not going to change our good qualities. That is the thing. Then uh, those are the problems related to our students.
Yes, ma'am. So after listening to you, so what I understood is uh, even we face the same problems in our childhood, right? But still, we had a way of coming out of it. I think, from my view, being a teacher for so long, what I understood is being addicted to digital devices, overprotection of parents, and not allowing the children to face issues, so have become a barrier for them to explore themselves, right? And also forcing students only in studies, not for physical activities. Even parents want their children to perform very good in education, not in sports or others. So all these has an impact. So how can we solve this problem, ma'am? Actually, we need a solution for every problem, as you said. So how can we solve this? So can
Yeah.
you brief us on that?
Yes, there is a way to solve these problems. Then, to solve these problems, we must be able to understand uh, things we have. Then, when we think about, then here in this slide, you can see, then we have positive qualities as well as negative qualities. Then, positive qualities, they are the things we have to cultivate. Then negative qualities are the things we must uh, remove or avoid. Okay, so to avoid or cultivate things, first we must know what are the qualities I have, then what are the positive qualities, what are the negative qualities, like that. Then here we can see uh, as positive qualities: personal health, calmness, tolerance, generosity, self-confidence, discipline, compassion, then forgiveness, humility, equanimity, creativity, willing power, loving kindness, sense of gratitude. Then those things, they are our, there are more uh, I, positive qualities. Then negative qualities: stress, fear, frustration, greed, anger, hatred, prejudice, revenge, arrogance, ego. Those are the negative qualities. So we must be able to identify. Then if we want to identify, we have a kind of solution. Yeah, if we can identify those things, first we have to find the reason. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. So actually, it's useful for the students to identify themselves as their positive qualities and the negative qualities. So let's move on and check on how mindfulness can help students. So, practicing mindfulness is going to be benefited in many ways. So, if we only focus on students, how it is be benefited to the students?
Yes. Then let's move to the next slide. Then you can see it's better. Next one. Yeah. Then mindfulness means we have already know that mindfulness means being at the present moment. It means being at the present moment consciously. Then when we do something, when we think something, when we speak something, we must know what I am speaking, what I am thinking, what I am doing. Like that, uh, we must have the concentration or attention, the particular thing we are doing at the present moment. That is the thing without thinking about past or future. Then uh, I told you then there are negative qualities and positive qualities. Then you ask me, then how can we solve this problem? Then first we have to identify. Then how can we identify those qualities? Now we know there are these qualities, but we must know, uh, we must aware about those positive and negative qualities. But the problem is because of uh, our mindlessness, we can't see those qualities. For example, if you think a pond with water and then muddy water, if we stir the mud, okay, then we can't see the bottom of the pond and we can't see the things in the bottom of the pond. Same matter, we have those qualities, negative and positive qualities, but because of those qualities and then mindlessness, we can't see those qualities. We can't identify now I have this kind of quality. Okay, if we can understand uh, what the quality now we have, then we can uh, solve that. Okay, so mindfulness help us to do that. Then I'll explain it to you how like that. Then when we uh, become mindful or being at the present moment, we become calm like the pond going mud to the bottom, enable to observe the situations and problems well for better understanding. The same manner, after that mud uh, goes back to the bottom of the pond, then after that we can see the clear water and then we can see the things in the bottom of the pond. Same manner, when we practice mindfulness, our mind become calm and then we must be able to, not must, we can. Mindfulness enable to observe the situations and problems well for better understanding. So we can understand ourselves better, which leads to take better decisions. First, we must understand ourselves. Then only we can take the decision. When a person practices mindfulness, it brings personal awareness. Then, for example, when we practice mindfulness, then we can uh, feel. Then, uh, if I ask you, then few minutes, shall we practice mindfulness?
You
Do you
sure?
like? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then, can you close your eyes for a moment? Yes. Now, let's listen to the sounds coming from the environment at the present moment. You may hear sound of a bird or vehicle or sounds of leaves like that. Whatever you hear, you see through your mind's eye. not through your physical eye, but through your mind's eye. Now you listen to the sounds coming from far away from your environment. Now again, let's listen to the sounds of our immediate environment. Now slowly bring your mind to your body. Then you may feel your breathing, inhaling and exhaling. When you are exhaling, then see that through your mind's eye. Now I am exhaling. When you are inhaling, see that through your mind's eye. Now I am inhaling like that. But don't breathe deliberately. See the natural breathing pattern of your body. Okay, Miss Sugandhi. Now open your eyes. What kind of feeling you experience?
So actually, I'm so calm from my inner self.
Yeah.
So uh, I actually listen to my closer noises and the far noises that I was able to, and actually it gives me a lot of calmness. So it gives peace to the mind for few minutes with a busy schedule. When I close the eyes and sit for a while, it gives me a calmness, and I'm clear where am I now.
Okay, good. Then if we practice like this at least 5 minutes per day, okay, then you can little by little, gradually, you can get the self awareness. It means if you feel angry, then at the moment you feel angry, then you understand, ah, now I have anger. Before practicing mindfulness, we never feel that. Instead of that, we react to the that feeling. Then if you feel angry, then we shouted at the person. Okay, though we what we want to do, we do without thinking. But when we practice mindfulness, we have the ability to understand our feelings, like the way we can see the things in the bottom of the pond, as I explained earlier. Okay, so then if our student can practice mindfulness, then they can. This mindful listening is only one activity. Okay, there are many activities to practice mindfulness. So if they can practice at least for 5 minutes per day, then little by little they become calm and they are able to understand their emotions. These are the emotions. That is the emotion now I have. Then now I have jealousy. Why I have jealousy? Then he is my friend, she is my friend. If the teacher praise my friend, very good, uh, Shama, very good. You are very good child. Like that, teacher praise the student. One of, uh, for example, one of my friends. Then, if I feel jealousy, then when I practice mindfulness, I feel I have now jealousy. Why should I? She is one of my friends. Then I must be happy. Then because she has done something good. That's why teacher praised her. So I must be happy about that. Like that, we have the ability to understand our feelings and then uh, we stop reacting according to our bad feelings. That is the thing. So let's go back to the uh, presentation slide. Then you can see here it brings personal awareness as well as social awareness. Not only that, then uh, uh, we feel others' feelings too. For example, I want to tell you a lie. At the moment, then uh, I want to tell a lie. I understand I'm going to tell a lie. Then I understand I do not like to be cheated by others. Same manner, my friend does not like to be cheated by me. So I should not tell a lie like that. I do not act according to my feeling. Okay. Then as well as social awareness means that then I can understand the others. So because of that understanding, then we uh, stop having conflicts. It happens automatically. Okay. Then that enables him or her to manage negative thoughts at situations when it is stressful. According to these researchers, uh, it was revealed. Okay, then let's move to the next slide. These are the stress of the students can be reduced by applying the mindfulness principles into the learning environment. Then, if we practice mindfulness in the classroom, at home, only for few minutes, it brings a vast, we can't say that uh, benefit, advantages. Okay, then we can automatically we can control our mind. Then it brings self-discipline. I told you, then when I feel to tell a lie, then the next moment when I'm aware about that, then I don't want to tell that lie because I know it is not good. That is called self-discipline. Okay, then uh, which helps the students to keep their concentration while learning. Then let's go to that brain part. Last one, last picture. Here you can see, uh, that hippocampus. Okay, that is responsible for processing memory, and then prefrontal cortex. You can see orange color part. Yeah, then those are very uh, valuable parts, responsible parts related to our, uh, you can see emotional, cognitive, those feelings. Then behavioral, uh, here you can see highly developed part of the frontal lobe that plays a role in the regulation of complex cognitive, emotional, and behavioral functioning. Cognitive means knowledge, then academic part, then emotional, our feelings, and behavioral, then how we behave. Those things can be controlled through this part. Then we become mindful. It affects the structure of this part. And when we become calm, this, these parts can function well. Okay. Then there is a part called amygdala. Then when we have some kind of anger, this amygdala creates a chemical which is uh, harmful to our body. But when we have anger, but we do not react to that, then amygdala can't produce that harmful chemical. So same manner, then when we have bad feelings, jealousy or anger, like that, those bad feelings, then amygdala normally create that chemical, harmful chemical. But because of mindfulness, we are aware of those feelings and we do not react. When we do not react, this amygdala cannot be stimulated to produce those chemicals. So, emotional center of the brain. So, we can become healthy. Hippocampus involved in forming, storing, and processing memory. Then the skin of this part become, how can we say, thick. Yeah, becomes thick when we practice mindfulness. So uh, because of those structural changes due to practicing mindfulness, uh, being mindful, our behavior, our uh, mental, uh, it, it means mental well-being, social well-being, because when we move with the others, we can move, uh, because we think of, we can understand the others' feelings, so we can move with the others with happily. Then there will be social well-being, then mental well-being, and then physical well-being. When our body is free of those harmful chemicals, enzymes, then our body become healthy. Okay, then that is the thing. Then let's go back to the yeah, this one. This one we can see. No. Uh, yeah, we talk about academic, social, emotional skills of the students. Okay, here we can see this kind of awareness can be cultivated in students. When the students are able to notice each moment more clearly, the learning process becomes enjoyable because they can keep the things in their mind very well. Okay, resulting improvements in academic, social, emotional skills of the students. Then, as we talked earlier, then positive qualities, then healthy relationships, those things will be there. Healthy minds, healthy body. Then, uh, if you go back to the those feelings, uh, Miss Sugandhi, let's go back to those feelings. Yes, here personal health, calmness, tolerance. We can have the patience, okay, generosity, self confidence, discipline, because of self awareness. Then compassion, we have love towards others. Okay, we can forgive others. Okay, then we can think my friend and I are same. We have the same feelings. Okay, then we have the creativity. Then willing power means determination to do uh, good things. Then loving kindness and sense of gratitude. Then these feelings, stress, fear, okay, frustration, then whether I can do this or how can I do like that, then greed for something, then greed for fame, okay, uh, even greed for food, greed for satisfying five senses, uh, bad manner, okay, not moderately, more than needed, okay, then anger, hatred, prejudice, revenge, etc. Those feelings will be little by little or gradually decrease due to mindfulness. So they can understand, identify their positive qualities and they can inculcate those qualities. Okay, then let's move to the that uh, presentation with arrows. Let's go to that slide with arrows. Yes, here we can see improved calmness, enhanced self-awareness, increased focus, then self-awareness and then increased focus and then attention. Improvements in conflict resolution skills, the development of positive relationships and reduce stress. Practicing mindfulness improve the concentration and self-awareness. Concentration improves attention. Self awareness helps to understand their feelings and emotions, our own feelings and our emotions that are good and bad before reacting to them. Then, good means if we do something, if it is harmful to others, if it is harmful to me, then it is not good, it is bad. Good means when we do something, when we say something, when we think something, if it is good for me as well as the others, society, then it is the thing we have to do or speak or think. Then, when we have self awareness, we know what should we do, what should we think, and what should we uh, speak. So, uh, a good child, good student can be molded by practicing mindfulness, by being mindful.
Yes, ma'am. So actually, started on explaining how mindfulness help the students. Plus, it is the science behind mindfulness and also what the researchers says about mindfulness. So everything was explained by one question. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your lovely words. Thank you so much on that. So long we were listening to so much of areas on mindfulness. Actually, this is mostly about students. So, everything leads to happiness finally. So, it gives calmness, peaceful, and happy place for the students. So, I'm really lucky to discuss such a valuable topic with you, ma'am. I'm sure that many will be benefited by watching this talk show. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable discussion.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you, Miss Sugandhi.
Okay, ma'am. So, do you think I'm going to end up on this topic? Definitely not. So, I'm going to catch you on a next zone of mindfulness in my next session. So, thank you everyone for joining us. Let's meet up in the next talk show on mindfulness. It's my time to remind on our conference. It will be held from January 20th to 24th in Mumbai, India. And I would like to invite all the educators to take part and upgrade yourself through the conference. Till I meet you in the next session, it's bye from me. I'm Ponnaya Suganthi, Directress of Harvard Kids Preschool, Sri Lanka, on behalf of International Association of Quality Education. Thank you everyone. Have a great day.